Hello, my ginger loves. I hope all is well. Happy Sunday. While I was doing the pre-shuffle, the two cards I kept seeing were "You are worthy" and "My sexuality is sacred." So that may mean something to someone. Something about your sexual identity. Someone may be in the process of changing their life around. You know, you may have been someone that was promiscuous and you're in the part of your healing journey where you're claiming your sexual energy back. You're reclaiming how you feel about yourself, who you give yourself to, and you may be feeling maybe like some guilt or some shame around, your past. So first of all, well, let me first say, welcome to Tea Time with Joss. I'm your co-host, Joss. Let me also say, as a reminder, that I am not for everyone, and neither are these readings. They are for those on the healing journey that are ready to put in the work. Take what's yours, don't steal what's not. So, with that, you may be dealing with some self-love issues. You may be struggling with looking for love in the wrong places. That may be where that comes from. You may have been using sex as a way to fill some kind of void, to feel that was your way of connecting, of feeling like you belonged. If you felt like someone desired you, even if it was on a very lustful and sexual level, it gave you some feeling of love. You might have equated that with love, and maybe you're in a place on your journey where that's no longer the case. But I did hear something about, somebody struggling with their sexual identity. So, take whatever part of that is for you. You need to let go of whatever it is that you've done. And you need to release the pressure you've put on yourself as far as guilt. Because you have nothing to feel guilty about. You did what you did because that's where you were vibrationally at the time. You're no longer in that space. So it's time to give yourself some grace, give some forgiveness. Don't allow society to make you feel like you're not worthy of love, like you can't change. If you are a person that's been struggling with your sexual identity, work through it. Get a therapist, get a counselor. I can't relate to that part because I've not had that occur, in my life. I know people that have. But all I can say is, seek out the right assistance for that. Truth is my teacher. So yeah, somebody is learning a lesson and living in their truth. You may be going through some kind of spiritual lesson right now. And maybe that's why that's coming out. You need to stand in your truth. And then I trust the wisdom within. And on the bottom, let your inner fire warm you, not burn you. So yeah, this is definitely someone getting some kind of nudges, some kind of push, from God, that there are changes that you are needing to make for yourself at this leg of your journey and this leg of your healing. And you need to trust that divine wisdom that's coming into you. Both of these cards, you see those two stars? So that's letting you know that this is divine. This is something that is divinely guided. This is something that God is truly speaking to you and over you. Whatever you're hearing, whatever you're seeing in your third eye is the truth. It's not a lie. It's not a trick of the enemy. It's not magic. It's not somebody trying to fuck with you. It is literally God letting you know that it's time to stand in your truth, whatever that truth is. I trust the wisdom within. Definitely, spiritually, someone is growing. And because you're growing spiritually, we are in the year of 7, and because of that, this is the year for spiritual growth, spiritual expansion. People are going to start possibly walking a more spiritual life as opposed to a religious life. And so someone is receiving some kind of downloads, especially, we've just gotten out of this eclipse season. The energy has been very heavy. It's allowed for a lot of release to take place, and it's allowed for a lot of things that needed to be eclipsed to be eclipsed. So whatever kind of truth, there's a lesson that someone is learning. There's so much happening right now. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm very overwhelmed. Someone is experiencing a very heavy spiritual lesson right now. And the lesson is because you're having to learn how to walk and stand in your truth. You've learned some things about some people in your life. You've learned some things about yourself. You've been going through something, and the lesson is that you have to accept the truth for whatever it is. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Period. That's just it. And so whatever the spiritual lesson is that someone is experiencing is because you're having to learn that the truth is the truth is the truth is the truth. That's just it. You can't turn it around or, add a little sprinkle of something on it to change it. Whatever you are seeing, that's what it is. And the lesson is so difficult for you because it's something that you are continuously having to repeat, and you're not getting it. You weren't getting it through those other whatever situations were, whether with people or just certain types of circumstances. But now you are in a place, because you are experiencing a spiritual expansion, that whatever this lesson is that's happening for you, you have no option but to accept the truth. The truth is going to make you wiser. The truth is going to help you get to the next level in your growth. There's a lot of ascension happening right now for people. I'm noticing that some of the readers that, I watch are asking, about if people are feeling certain types of ways. One reader in particular, she's having difficulty, deciphering whether it's magic or if it's just ascension symptoms, because there's some things happening right now that it may be a little hard to accept, but it's the truth. And she concluded it might be a little bit of both. It just doesn't feel like it usually does. And that's because whatever it is that we're having to learn, this lesson has been more difficult because we weren't getting it before. And I'm including myself in that. A lot of truth has been revealed to me, and I'm just having to accept it. It just is what it is. And so this is where trusting the wisdom within comes. This is where trusting your intuition comes in. This is where trusting what you know comes in. You already know the truth. You already know what's going on. You can feel it. Your vibration is changing. Who you are is changing. Who you even desire to be is changing. So because of that, you're needing to trust that. These downloads that you are receiving are opening you up to something that is really lighting a fire under your ass. Okay? It's putting you in a place where you're starting to feel, 11:11 on the timer. You're starting to feel more confidence. You're starting to feel more sure of yourself. You're starting to, get that fire back, get that spark back. You may have been going through a time where you kind of lost your creativity or you were feeling a little lost, but it's because you've been in a period of expansion. You've been learning some lessons. So let this fire that's being either ignited or reignited inside of you, let it push you into learning the lesson and following your intuition. And don't let it consume you so much, like pressure. Don't let the pressure get so deep in you that you forget the mission. Okay? Yeah, under that, my high vibes heal the world. So definitely, you've definitely got to allow this reigniting of this fire within, or the igniting of something in you that you've not experienced before. If this is something you've not experienced on your journey, just go with it and let it fuel you to continue on with what it is you have started. Maybe you've gotten away from something, a project, or something you wanted to do, and you got into a place where you were frightened or you didn't feel like it would work because things weren't falling into place. It probably just wasn't time. But now is the time. It's time now. And you know that it's the time now because you feel differently. Your frequency is different. So now you're able to trust more that what you're doing, what you're putting your energy and your effort into, it's going to have a different result this time because you've learned the lesson. And you're definitely trusting yourself more. This is one to miss. Anywho, that's the reading for today. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you so much for those who are rocking with me. I really appreciate you. Y'all feel heavy. This is heavy on someone. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Thank you again for all of you who are still with me. I appreciate you so much. I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye.